What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 27 of Rip City Rundown. It is our reaction to Week 2 podcast. This is still coming out on a Sunday. We are recording this Saturday night, 12:23 Eastern Time, 9:23 Pacific Time. A good week from the Blazers. How you feeling about them, West?
I'm not going to lie. Well, personally, I'm doing good. We're currently winning the week. We're 2-1. Pretty rough game. I got pretty mad. Took some dubs the last two games. Still got Charlotte tomorrow night in Charlotte. I really want to go to the game. I don't think I'm going to go. But, yeah. Cody, you want to read us the stats from the first game?
All right. So this game was on Monday against Clippers at Staples Center. Good thing I did not go because the Blazers got absolutely manhandled 86-116. Ouch.
Rough.
So, as the game went on, it just got worse and worse. So starting with CJ, 20 points while shooting 43%. He was our best player, which basically sums up the contest in a nutshell. Dame once again with just a nauseating performance. 0 for 8 from beyond the arc as he scored an abysmal 12 points. Nurk, double-double, 10 boards. Oh, wait, he scored 4 points. Never mind. It's just not good. Honestly, we scored 86 points. 37% from the field, 21% from three, 30 turnovers.
30.
And we'll get into that. But the Clips, 47%, 32 from three. Everyone scored a handful of points for the Clippers. George with 18, Jackson 14, Luke Kennard with 23, which was way different than obviously the last game against the Clippers, which we'll also talk about. But, not a good start.
Yeah, looking at that game, the first game, there was literally nothing that went right.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off a great performance against the Suns, you would have hoped he would have carried that momentum into the next game. But
no Norman Powell in that game.
Yeah, we had no Norman Powell. that obviously hurt. He brings a lot more to the offensive end. But if you just look at those plus minuses, everyone is in at least like minus 15, minus 20. It was just a downright atrocious performance, as you put it, Cody.
Yeah, I think what this game showed is, no matter how good everyone else is playing, we still need Dame to do something. Yeah. 0 for 8 from 3, 4 for 15 from the field. He's such a good player that he's not going to shoot like that for long, obviously, as we saw against Memphis and the Clippers again. But this team goes as Dame goes. I do like how more balanced the team is. I think Dame's not working as hard, at least right now. I think those little minutes here and there we can sit, it's going to add up over the season for sure. Another thing I noticed, another topic, Robert Covington, 0 points. You're not asked to score, but you come on, dude. You just went for a jog. Come on.
You're asked to knock down a couple threes here and there.
He only took three shots.
Yeah.
He's a good defender. Obviously his role is not score the ball in bunches, but big problem for the Blazers. We've had Aminu and Harkless in the playoffs. We have no outlets for threes, and Covington's got to be that guy. You got to be able to shoot the ball. Come on.
Honestly, it just didn't even look like we were trying that game.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they just wanted to fall asleep out there.
The eye test was ugly.
The LA party the night before probably wasn't the way to go. Sorry, I interrupted. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Robert Covington's there to hit threes. He's obviously not there to make dunks because he obviously didn't do that in Game 5 of the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that was a tough scene, but yeah, that was tough.
Talk about in the past.
Just to, I feel the need to say this now. I think one of my best quotes all time. If you're an OG listener to the podcast, it's we traded Rocco, or we traded for Rocco. We gave up 2 first-round picks out, 1 pick for each missed dunk. I love Robert Covington, but that was pretty fun.
Game 1 saying that
was pretty fun.
I would be surprised if this series goes past 5. That's what we said.
Boy, did we eat our words last year. But
for sure,
it's early in the year.
But if you watch Rocco last game, we'll get to that. Though.
Yeah. I'm liking the one thing I'd like to see from this team is a little more consistency, night in, night out. Right now, we've either gotten blown out or we've been doing the blowing out, especially against Memphis, which you guys want to jump into that game?
Yeah, let's get rid of that game.
Honestly, there's not much talk about the Clippers game. They looked like they were ready to play. They hadn't won yet on the year. They're at home. we should have come out with more energy. We just didn't. And that just is going to happen during the season.
The last thing I'm going to say about that game, I mean, I think we will see inconsistencies to start the year just because it is just a new system getting put in. So I think that was that's a byproduct of
just a blip, a blip in the process.
Yeah. But give us the
moving
Grizzlies.
on. Went on the game too. To be honest, I didn't watch that much of it. I know you guys did. We won 116-96. From my understanding, we kind of just had the gas pedal down and just kept it down the whole game, extended our lead. They didn't get too close, to my understanding. CJ, top scorer, once again, 25 points, 8 for 21. Dame, 4 threes. Did shoot 11, but 4 threes. What is that? Nearly 50%. So we'll take that. Slowly getting out of the slump. 6 for 22 though. Missed a lot of 2-pointers. 20 points for him. Basically everyone in the plus minus. Dame here once again though, 10 assists. So good to see that once again. And Anthony Simons that game, 5 for 7 from beyond the arc, 17 points coming off the bench. That is beautiful. As a team, 41% from 3, 46 from the field.
That's going to do it. If Blazers can shoot 40% from 3, I mean, you're going to win most games.
And Grizzlies, 36 from the field. Yeah. So defense was obviously working, and they were just not hitting their shots. If we go to Morant, he's averaging 35 points, got 17 tonight. Not much scoring from them, really, at all. Morant did have 10 assists, but the scoring basically just spread out throughout.
I did watch it. Go ahead.
That's all.
All I was going to say was I watched most of that game, and I think one key thing was Jaren Jackson Jr. for the Grizzlies. He was in foul trouble all night. He didn't really get to play much. But the game was close at the half. I think we were
down 6 at half.
Down 6 at the half. I mean, that third quarter, that second half effort was something to see. And I think
third quarter.
The one thing on defense that I'm very impressed by is just the energy. There seems to be way more energy. I mean, CJ's flying out on closeouts. There were a couple defensive possessions where we were actually rotating and running guys off the line and forcing tough floaters, and we were getting out and running. It actually looked like a basketball game instead of a Dame ISO show.
Yeah, this was the game I probably watched the most in depth of the week, especially that second half. The thing that was just amazing to me was just the quality play of the bench unit, and like you said, the energy they brought. Dennis Jr., Cody Zeller, Larry Nance, Simons, they were the ones that put us on that run to end up in the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead.
That's very true.
There was a couple possessions in a row where Nance and Dennis Smith Jr. each got a couple steals, and they were just running in transition, kicking out for threes. So I really liked Anthony Simons this week. I'll get into him more at the end of the podcast, but I thought in this game he was huge for us.
Definitely an impressive win. I mean, Memphis, I feel like they're underrated when people view them. They view them as the team that doesn't make the playoffs, but of course it did last year. But I mean, they're a hard team. That's a good win.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of have a little rivalry with them ever since the bubble.
Just
our games
being both average teams in the West. I will say one player that stood out to me that game. Obviously he didn't do much in the stat line, but Dennis Smith Jr. I thought he played really well that game. Didn't try too hard. He played within himself on offense. He's a pretty good defender, actually.
I mean, he's an athlete.
He moves his feet well. He's an athlete. He can stay with guys. But I mean, there was one back-to-back possessions that really stood out for me, and it was when Dennis Smith Jr. got a wide open 3. Instead, he took one dribble, drew the defender, and kicked it to CJ for an open 3, and CJ drained it. And I thought that was pretty telling that Dennis Smith Jr. knows his role and he's willing to play that role. And then he drained a 3 on the other end, which was just brownie points for him because it's obviously not known as a shooter.
I think the biggest part of this game, I mean, obviously it was good to see Dame hit 4 threes this game. And
that was nice. He came off the screen, drained it. I was like, that's the old Dame right there. Come on now.
Yeah.
But just the defense, we talked about it last year, was non-existent if we to hold someone under 100 points. And the fact that we've done this now in 2 straight games is
impressive.
Something that's an improvement, obviously. I think we're 12th in defense so far this year, and that's with 2
bench
games.
Bench has improved.
Outlier games, yeah.
bench is majorly improved, especially on the defensive end. Like Larry Nance is an athlete, Dennis Smith is an athlete. Like Cody Zeller just seems to have this like knack to know where to be. Like when you look at Cody Zeller, you're not like, oh, this guy's like insane or anything. He just is a good, solid backup center, good professional center. He knows what he's doing.
But we'll hop into the third and final game of the week.
Yeah, when we clapped the Clippers, yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'll give the stats and breakdown of that game. So this time, completely bipolar game. Oh my gosh! So we're at Moda this time, and we win 111-92. And this game was nothing like the game 5 days earlier. So first of all, lots of scoring. Our team spread out scoring. Dame 25, CJ 14, Nurk 14, Powell 12, Covington 9. Our whole starting lineup almost got over 10 points. Covington 9 points. Zeller 9 points. 8 points off the bench. Our scoring was just spread out. 41%, but 46 from 3. Yes, we had a better 3-point. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk about the Clippers though, because poor Paul George. Can we say that? I mean, it's his fault. He requested trade wanting to build a super team. So kind of love to see him not get help partly, but 42 points. He turned into Dame. His second leading scorer was Luke Kennard off the bench, 16 points. I feel bad. He was the only Clipper to score in the second quarter. That is just unbelievable.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Oh my gosh!
And
I didn't realize that.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like they said that with
they only scored
1 minute to go.
Points in that quarter. I'm gonna go look at that. You're probably right.
And yeah, that's basically all. They shot 39%. So defense, obviously, they're just completely different than last game. So yeah.
I'm like looking at the stats right now, and I'm just looking at the Clippers starters. 2 points, 3 points, 8 points, 3 points, 42.
You fact check your thing. He scored 13 of the 16. They didn't score a point for the first 5 minutes of that quarter.
Close enough though. Like the point is that Paul George put the Clippers in his backpack.
Yeah. My favorite part of this game was, like I said earlier, Dame getting out of a slump, 25, some daggers at the end of the game.
2 back-to-back 3 step backs. Yeah.
Step back threes, that's Dame's game. And to see him do that again, that was a relief.
I think the standout performance was Nurk, 14 and 17.
Oh yeah, he needed that after
it's a performance. I mean, when you're gobbling boards, that's 17 boards.
Yeah, I forgot to say that for the stats. 17 boards, crazy.
6 for 14. You would like that to be a little higher considering all his looks are around the rim. He still really can't finish.
Still missing his bunnies. It's like Easter every weekend.
Yeah, well, I think just with time, hopefully that. And look at this, Robert Covington, 3 for 6 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3.
It's already
perfect stat line for him. 9 points, 8 boards. That's perfect.
It was good to see Norm back too. I thought
Norm's just
thought he could be out a week or two, but
it just gives a different dimension to the offense. Like Little's still young, but Little's better off the bench with his energy.
Sure.
But all in all, we still have one more game to officially close out the week. I know at the last podcast we said 3-1 would be great, 2-2 would be acceptable. And the Hornets are a good team. I mean,
what are they? They're 4-2 right now.
And they're 4-2. You know, LaMelo's all over social media, as he usually is.
Yep.
But if we go into Charlotte and win that game, I'll be impressed. I mean, we've played one road game. Wait, right? 1, 2, 1.
We played at
Staples.
Suns and at Staples. So 2.
No, the Suns were at home, I thought.
Really?
I think we played one road game and it was in Staples.
Correct. You're correct. We
played one road game. We have a big road trip coming up. I'd like to see how we played on the road because we played one game on the road and we have
a back-to-back too. We got Monday versus Sixers.
Our bums beat.
Yep.
So I'd like to see some energy on the road tomorrow.
Yep, should be a great game. Do you want to talk about some awards?
Yeah, let's do it. Awards of the week.
Start off with a simple player of the week. Want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, let's start with
for the Blazers.
Yeah, Blazers. We'll do our outside the NBA.
I'll go first since I have the most boring award possible.
Right.
My player award is Damian Lillard, and here is why. My man, over the course, applause for Dame. Over the course of the week, he got better and better. He's on an upward trajectory. He started off the season very cold, but that has nothing to do with his talent. That's just how the game goes. And, when you go 5 for 7 from 3 for 25 points,
Yep.
Daggers.
Daggers too. A little swagger, a little tap the wrist. He deserves player of the week, in my opinion. You know, Dame is a player at this point where he can have 10 bad games in a row, and I still think the next game he's going to go off. Like, he's earned that trust from me. Like, he can go off any game. He could be bad for 81 games, and the 82nd game he could go
I'm
for
never
60.
mad when I see him take a shot.
Me neither. He could pull from three-quarter court. I'm like, good shot.
Exactly.
But he's my player of the week just because of kind of getting out of that slump. And, you know, like I said earlier, the Blazers go as Dame goes.
And it really is just a slump. All these people saying the rules are affecting it. Like, no, he's just missing
That's
shots.
only
He's
hard.
not,
Did see
he's not Harden.
Trey Young said that. I'm like, bruh, chill.
Yep. Okay. My player of the week, I'm gonna go CJ McCollum. He did shoot 6 for 18 last game against the Clippers. 14 points though. I mean, not like bad. But even the first game when we were getting blown out, he was taking control. He was being our leader. And then second game, he did good. Let me just quickly see. He got it. He scored 25 points, 8 for 21, 4 for 9. I mean, he's just been consistent. That's all. CJ being CJ. And I think him being himself is just really important. So it was good to see that. And I think he's a player of the week, in my opinion.
I like that choice. I mean, obviously, those are the two that are going to lead our team the rest of the year. But mine is also another guard, not as notable as the other ones, but I'm going to give mine to Anthony Simons.
Yes, sir.
I've really liked what I've seen from Simons so far. I mean, I think he's averaging around 14 points a game, so career high in that, career high in shooting, and even assists too. He did have a little bit of a stinker shooting the ball. He went 2 for 11 in the most recent game against the Clippers, but he was still super active on defense. Let me check his plus minus because I assumed it was positive. Yep, it was a +7. But his best game of the week was definitely his one against Memphis. We already mentioned it a little bit, but 6 of 10, 5 of 7 from 3, 17 points. He was the leader of that second unit that ended up pushing us to the lead and ending up helping us hold out for the win. He had a +14 that game. And then even versus the Clippers that first week, he still was the leading scorer off the bench, 12 points in that game. So just goes to show that he is going to be, in my opinion, our best bench player and the guy that can break out the most off the bench. Showing a lot of improvement this year. And that's why I give him my player of the week.
What about you? Oh, wait, Cody did see
Yeah, I
that.
already went.
So I'm looking at
What's your favorite moment of the week, like play? Because first thing that comes to my mind is Dame's back-to-back step-back threes, exact same spot, exact same move, put the dagger in on the Clippers, got us the win there.
Ooh, I actually have a play of the week now that I think about it because I know we were talking about it before. But my play of the week was definitely against the Grizzlies. I think it was early fourth quarter. I think we were up 12 trying to put the game away a little bit. And we were on a little 4-0 run or something to start the quarter. I don't remember if it was a steal or a missed bucket, but we push in transition. It was either Simons or Dennis Smith Jr. Makes man miss in transition, kicks it to the corner for CJ, knocks down the 3, timeout Grizzlies, and we go up 15 or 16, and that officially kind of put the game away. It was just one of those things that we didn't see a lot from the Blazers last year, turning defense to offense, quick in transition. That was a notable one that I remembered from this week.
For me, play of the week. So for me, I just remember watching this. It was in garbage time of the Grizzlies game, but I got super hyped when I saw it. It was kind of like a combo of plays. So Nasir Little steals, goes down, doesn't dunk on the guy, but dunks. And the guy kind of jumped, yams it. Then they're coming back the other way. They miss a play and we're out on transition again, and they and a lob to Greg Brown Jr., who, by the way, can absolutely jump.
Freaky bunnies.
That dude can jump. And he threw it down, and Moda got super hype, and I was like, dang, Moda with hype fans. Haven't seen that in a while. And, it was garbage time, but it was cool seeing the young guys get in there and kind of give some energy to the crowd, especially after we kind of salted the game away.
So that was your play?
That would definitely be my play of the week.
I mean, there's a lot of plays to choose from, but I like that one for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think we have to do looking future wise? So we take this week, we're going to Charlotte tomorrow on this road trip. What needs to happen? Yeah.
I mean, even if we don't win the game, just continue to see consistent defense. Hope Dame has another like solid shooting night. Continues to get out of his slump. That's just specifically for the Charlotte game. I don't know if you want me to talk about like what I want us to do next week, like record-wise.
I'd like to see the offense travel on the road. It was so bad against the Clippers, and part of that was energy. But when Chauncey Billups still very relatively very new coach. All the guys seem to have bought into his defensive scheme, and obviously we have otherworldly offensive players and Dame and CJ and Norm and Nurk and Simons. But I would like to see a complete game on the road, and I think this road trip is going to be a big indicator of how far we've progressed as a team. Because winning at Moda is difficult for other teams. Like, we have one of the better home court advantages in the league, in my opinion. We usually protect home court well. So I'd like to see us go on the road and at least split the road trip.
Yeah, one thing I want to see specifically for tomorrow night's game, or tonight as you're watching this, is I want to see Nurk like have a dominating performance, because I'm looking through this roster for the Clippers. They have one big man, like true big man in their rotation. It's Mason Plumlee. Nurk should dominate Mason Plumlee physically. Other than that, it's like PJ Washington, who's a power forward. And then
Nuggets traded for him.
Bridges. Like, they go small a lot. I want to see Nurk dominate, have like a 20-10 game. Like,
I agree.
On good efficiency too.
Yeah, not 6 for 14.
Not just specifically that game. But coming next week, we have 76ers on the road,
games.
Cavs on the road. We got Pacers back home, and then the Lakers at home.
So we have
back-to-back.
We have
1, 2, 3,
five
5
games.
games before our next podcast. Wow.
Yeah. We'll go back-to-back for the Pacers, Lakers. Those will both be home games. And then obviously a back-to-back tomorrow night, and then 76ers. So a hefty schedule here.
I'd like to see 3 and 2.
Now the next 5, yeah, I think 3 and 2 would be good.
Even if we split 50-50, I wouldn't be I'd be fine with that. It's a road trip. It's 5 games in a week. If you go 50-50, can't get too mad about that.
50-50, 5 games. How would that work?
That wouldn't work, actually. Good point.
Well, considering that the Hornets game is still technically a part of this week.
Sunday's technically the first day of the week, right?
Yes.
Really?
So we do play
technically
5 games. So let's get outside of Blazers. Any notable games? Because I know.
I'll tell you a team that's been looking good at the Knicks.
Yeah, they have been.
The Knicks, yes.
And the Wizards. Wizards just went to 5-1, winning in double overtime today.
I did see that.
Warriors are 5-1.
I gotta say, a moment of the week that was pretty cool, or a good moment, was Kings. Harrison Barnes had a buzzer beater versus the Suns. Harrison Barnes is continuing to be some beast. He had 22 points that night to go along with the game winner. I'm gonna try to see.
The Kings are weird, man.
I want to see how many
about
points
what Harrison
Harrison's
Barnes
averaging.
did to us.
Because I gotta say Harrison is their leading scorer. Yeah, he's averaging 25 right now.
25.
25 and 10.
Jeez, it's all-star numbers.
And then obviously the Warriors are looking like a really good team right now. 5-1.
Looking at the standings, I know it's only been like 5-6 games, but like starting, it's like I would believe this if someone came up to me and showed me believing that this is the playoffs. We got Golden State, Utah, Denver, Dallas, Kings, Minnesota, us, LA. It's just kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah, the one team that I would say is starting out slow for sure is definitely the Suns.
The Suns, yeah.
What'd you say?
I don't think the Clippers are going to be that good.
It just depends on how quickly Kawhi comes back.
Exactly.
But
they have no Pat Bev.
Pat Bev makes your team worse.
Yeah, when in the old rules he was annoying.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Harden? And like, I know you mentioned it earlier, but all the people complaining about like the calls. You got Trae Young complaining. You got Harden. We're still fishing for calls, averaging like 4 free throws a game, and his scoring is down to 17.
Yeah, first of all,
you like the new NBA?
Love the rules.
Same.
Love the rules. Even just like Jokic against Nurk last playoff, he's like looking at the ref before he's even doing his move. Like it's just crazy how much how good he is too at drawing fouls. And same with the series before that. I was getting pissed in the 2020 playoffs with AD. Nurk getting all his calls.
That
I mean,
one time.
I know the the rules specifically for guards, but centers too. Overall, it's just good for the game.
I agree. I know like the NBA's wanted, they want their product to be very like attractive, and good offense brings that. But there comes to a point where it's unwatchable watching a team shoot 50 free throws a night.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I think it looks like teams are playing like harder, like more.
And what do you think about Harden? Like, what's his future going to look like? Is he still going to have a stellar year? What do you think?
I think there's going to be like a regression back to the mean. And what I mean by this, I think right now, like he's getting no calls and he should be getting more calls. Like there are times like he actually gets fouled, but the refs don't call it. Like I think he's going to start getting a little more calls, and then he'll like balance out, and he'll average like 23 or 22.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just is going to be a little learning experience for him because he's still like he can drive by people, but like there's been clips of him easily getting past the person on the first step and then jumping into the person thinking it's a foul like it was last year, and then obviously
Come on, that's
not this year.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Any sort of like game you guys want to play? Like start bench cut, a little cap or no cap, a little true false.
True false. I love fill in the blank.
Hangman.
Hangman.
Or we can do cap and no cap about this week, like what will happen.
All right,
and what won't.
cap or no cap. I will do the first one. The Blazers will be a top 3 seed by the end of the week in the West. That would mean they are currently half a game back of top 3, and that would be Denver. Cap or no cap?
I'd have to see who everyone else is playing. I'm going to go cap.
Okay.
I think we'll be like 4 or 5. I
think 3 and 2 week.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to get you to the 3 seed. I don't think being 6 and 4 is going to be a 3 seed.
All right, fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna exactly what he said. I agree.
Yeah, I would agree too. I was just gonna see what you guys' opinion was.
Thank you.
I got one. All right, cap or no cap. Will Dame be the leading scorer? And we'll say 4 out of the 5 games. Because sure, one game you gotta give one, but 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna go cap.
I'm gonna go no cap. I think I see him getting out of this slump. I think he has 140 piece this week too.
Wow.
So,
all right. Here's mine. So currently, Anthony Simons is averaging 12.5 points per game. Is Anthony Simons average in this next week 13 points per game?
Cap. My reason for Dame's gonna have a great week, so we're not gonna need as much as that's extra. And Norm's back. One of his good performances came without Norm. Still think he has a good week though, just playing well. I don't think he averages 13 though. Say around like 10. 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna say cap. Norman Powell again, big reason. Dame doing his thing, but I'd love to see it. So
here, I'll give you a little. Do you all know our team stats right now? Like, don't look them up though.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. I'm gonna give you something, and you have to guess if it's fact or cap.
Okay. I might have seen it already.
That's fine. All right, ready?
Okay.
Robert Covington is averaging 7.6 points per game.
Is this like an over/under, or is this true or false?
True or false?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no. He's under that. No way.
You guys
start.
I think he has a little less than that.
Less.
He has 5.2 points per game.
Sir.
All right, next up.
Give us like an over/under.
Okay. Over/under. Yusuf Nurkic is averaging 12 points per game.
Under. He had a rough start. I can't remember a game if he's had like 20 or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lean towards under on that one.
It is over.
Wow.
He's averaging 12.8 points per game.
What was the cut line you said?
I said 12.
Okay.
I gave you a point.
Throw you off.
I gave you a point. All right, here we go. So far this year, CJ McCollum is shooting 42% from three, over under.
Over.
See, he went
Okay.
6 of 11 in 2 of the games. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say over. He's
You guys
killing
are
it.
correct. 44.9%.
Dang.
All-star CJ. Telling you.
All right,
what
next
we
up,
need.
next up. Robert Covington. Robert Covington is shooting 37% from three, over under, on 4.5 attempts a game. I'm literally saying that. He shoots about 4 a game.
They're open shots. I remember he hit
37% over under.
Under.
I think I'm gonna say
he's at like 35.
I'm gonna say over. I think
He is under at 34.8%.
That rounds up
That's
to
pretty
34.
good, Cole. That's pretty good.
All right, give us one
Okay.
more.
One more?
sure. One more.
All right, one more. I need to find a good one.
Something obscure.
Obscure.
No, it doesn't
want
have to be.
obscure?
Doesn't have to be.
Okay. Ready? Let's see if I can find this.
You guys going to the Charlotte game or no?
I'm not. I want to, but I don't think I am.
I'm not.
All right. Anthony Simons is shooting over under 44% from the field. This includes threes.
I'm gonna say under instantly.
Just had a stinker where he was
2
like
for 11. I'm going under.
20%. But I have faith in my player of the week. I'm gonna say over.
It is over.
Wow.
46% from the field.
Dang.
Pretty good.
Faith in the player of the week.
Love to see it.
That's factor cap. I kind of like that. It makes you really think about it. Is there any other little tidbits, any other little bits of information we want to say? Any questions y'all have?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I'm just hoping for at least a 3-2 week.
Yep.
Consistency.
How about you guys? But I'm tired of opening Instagram and seeing about the Lakers. Like, I don't care. They're just a team like every other team.
Oh,
it's like they're in the finals right now. It's like,
I have a question for y'all. It's not like a crazy question. It's just like, did y'all see the Lakers Thunder game and Melo airballed that three?
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough, bro.
Yikes. Had a chance to tie it. Missed it by what? A ruler? Ouch.
That looks like us last year.
Yeah.
Melo's either insanely good at shooting or he is terrible.
He was like, I feel like he was like surprised that he got the ball, but still like
Dame makes like 5 threes and doesn't get posted. Melo airballs a 3, gets posted.
Yeah, that's tough for Melo, but
it's the Lakers, man.
We
do play the Lakers, right?
Yep.
We play the Lakers
Saturday night. Second back.
At Moda.
Yeah.
Yep, at Moda.
Yeah, at Moda.
We are going to be tired because we just played against the Pacers last night. How much
I think tickets are going to be
for Lakers?
Remember we tried to go see Braun Christmas last year? Like it was $300 for like middle 100 level.
Yeah, it was expensive. Games this Christmas. We got the Jazz.
We almost
Nets, by the way.
All right, you ready? Ready for this week prediction? I'm saying 4-1 with a loss coming in Philly.
I like that prediction. I'll say. I like that. I can't go wrong with that.
It's very hopeful.
I'm gonna say 3-2, and Philly's gonna be 1 loss, and the other's just gonna be like a random, unexpected one. That's just
either
not gonna see coming.
It's either gonna be Hornets or Lakers.
So you think the Cavs and the Pacers are done?
I think we beat the Cavs and Pacers.
Yeah, agree.
I don't know. We lost to the Cavs last year on the road, so.
Well, that won't happen this year. That's all we got.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. I will say I think this team is not as like. I think they're more like they take care of business. Like other than the Clippers game, they come out with energy. I like Chauncey as a coach. Is what I'm trying to say.
Exciting
I like
stuff.
what I see from him so far.
Yeah. Well, next week is the next podcast.
Yeah, next podcast will probably come out Sunday. I mean, this one's still coming out Sunday. I'm obviously not going to be posting it right now. It's almost 1:00 in Atlanta. But yeah, that's going to do it from episode 27, episode 2 of this 2021 season. What do you got to say before you go?
My last thing is tomorrow, just telling the viewers, don't be surprised if Dame breaks LaMelo's ankles, and then you see a 3 made by LaMelo on House of Highlights.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Dame's gonna like break him, and then LaMelo's gonna like a wide open 3. LaMelo from downtown. Like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
LaMelo
but
report.
next week,
Blazers get no coverage.
hoping we see 3 and 2.
House of LaMelo.
House of LaMelo.
LaMelo Center.
LaMelo report.
LaMelo report, and no House of Zion, bro.
Facts, because he's too busy eating all of his. I'm gonna stop.
Wow.
That'll be it. We will see you guys next week, next Sunday.
Go Blazers.
Go Blazers.